Hello all, Jeff here with a new video. Welcome to part 2 of my review of the October update. Today we are checking out October's Spotlight car, which is a race-going version of the Merkur XR4ti, which is a Ford Sierra for the American market. This car with MAC Tools sponsorship, R-Class 806 in bone stock trim, and is in the GT Racing Reborn division for homologation here in Forza 7. There is also a rivals event for this car, which is listed under featured events called October Spotlight Challenge Vintage GT Racing at Silverstone International. Set a time here and you will be gifted the Lamborghini Diablo GTR. Not only that, but you may have noticed starting the game after updating this game, you will have got brand new level up cars, including this Diablo GTR, as well as a bunch of new Forza Editions. So it's really cool. I didn't expect more Forza Editions after the release of Horizon 4, but anyway, Escalade, a Charger Daytona, and many more, so let's test them. So to start off, we have 3 brand new Forza Editions in the Hot Rod Revival division. First off, we have the 1946 Ford Super Deluxe Woody Wagon Forza Edition. It's pretty cool, if you could say that, with all the wood around. Then you've got the 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air Forza Edition. Just reminds me of Victor Bray's 57 Chevy Top Fuel car. I'm pretty sure he still races. Has been since the 90s. That's in Australia, that is. And also, you have the 1956 Ford F100 Forza Edition. Now, I'm not going to show one whole lap for each 3 cars, so I'm just going to combine them just to show you what they're like. So we'll start off with the good old Ford wagon. So this thing, you know, you could say it's a bit of a trendsetter. I don't know, with the surfboard on the roof. That's where the Sandman got its inspiration from. The Holden Sandman, that is. But just by driving this thing, it actually handles alright for a big thing like this. Yeah, you can see the tyre smoking, but you expect that from a 50s car. Like, diffs weren't that great back then. But yeah, one thing I noticed with this car was it actually handled the best out of the Forza Edition hot rods, which is pretty impressive if you ask me. Then you got the 1957 Chevy Bel Air. Yep, it's a lot lighter, you can get it going a lot more, but the thing is, no limited slip diff means you're going to struggle to get the power down out of corners, so especially when you get to the hammerhead. You will just smoke the inside tyre. Well, I actually didn't create that much smoke, but trust me, it is a handful to drive. And so is the Ford F100 Forza Edition. This thing, it goes in a straight line. I noticed it's got really short gears, but if you're not careful when you're going through that fast sweeping left-hander, it can roll. Trust me, it happened to me. But yeah, as you'll see here, the diff is just screaming for help as you go into Gammon. You can see smoke. And yeah, that's the first 3 Forza Editions. And now to the next 3 that are level up rewards. First, there is the 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona Hemi Forza Edition. Green, which is a bit weird for this car, but I suppose it differentiates itself from the regular car. Next up, Cadillac Escalade Forza Edition. I know, I suppose it means you can probably use it in class hoppers, whereas the regular car is probably normally banned, but that'll surprise you, that car. And so will this, the 1995 BMW 850 CSI Forza Edition. Just check out the wide body kit on that thing. It looks pretty cool. Hopefully it gives it the grip it deserves with that massive V12. So let's start off showcasing the Charger. Some reason the sticker's got the headlights open, but anyway, so yeah, like I usually do with these car reviews, Top Gear test track, stick driving. I'll get the leaderboards up once I drive all the cars. Now this thing, it's alright, but in terms of handling, it's still a bit average. Remember, the division it's in is in C class, so it's not going to be the best handling cars in the world, but that's not really the point of a muscle car, is it? It's all about straight line speed. However, as I said just before, the Escalade, I was really surprised by this thing. This thing, yeah, it's got a bit of power. Well, it's a heavy car, it needs power. Not only that, because it's all-wheel drive, it has got bucket loads of grip. It's, yeah, I was genuinely surprised about how good that thing is. But the 850, this is a really good car. It grips really well. Yeah, the bonuses are for drifting, but let's be honest, with a wide body kit like this and wide tyres, this thing is designed for the racetrack. V12 under the hood, and now it's got the grip it needs as well. As we go into the penultimate corner, not too bad there at all. And into Gambon. We'll check the times once we do all the 8 cars. Now let's go to the special 2. First up, the Diablo GTR. So yep, you can get it as a level up reward, and you'll get it as a gift by completing the Rivals event with the Merkur. This thing is S-Class 778 in bone stock trim, and it's in the Elite Factory Races division, so it's going to compete with the McLaren F1 GT and the Ferrari F50 GT. So, let's test it. This, you could say, is the last of the true Lamborghinis. The last Lamborghini before Audi came into ownership and made pretty much every single Lamborghini all-wheel drive. This one, the last of the Diablos and rear-wheel drive. The last of the hardcore Lamborghinis, if you could say so. Because the thing is, Lamborghinis before the ownership of Audi, they were very, very hard to drive, very hard to see out of. Changing gears nearly needed 2 hands, and apart from that, this car, the Diablo GTR, as you can see, it is such a good car to drive. The brakes are on point, the power is on point, it is ridiculously grippy, and it's just weird that we have not seen this car since Forza Motorsport 4, what, 6.5 years ago? And we get it now after the release of Horizon 4, but I'm glad it's back in the game because it's such an awesome car, great to have it back. As you can see, it's going to set a pretty good lap time here, so let's see what I do. I end up doing a 1:13. Nice, let's go to the Merkur. So, the 1986 Merkur number 11 MAC Tools XR4ti. As I said before, well, these IMSA cars, they're just silhouettes of the road-going cars, and the Merkur XR4ti is a Ford Sierra rebadged for the American market. So let's see how this thing goes around the track. So, unlike the road-going Merkur, it's got a V8 under the hood. However, with the flat flank crank, it sounds like a 4-cylinder engine like any other Sierra. Now, I've done some research. A very young Scott Pruitt drove this car around in the IMSA days in 86, so did Lynn St. James. Now, one thing I've found with this car is it is mental, like an IMSA racer from the 80s should be. It's almost too mental. Just look how slidey the thing gets. It's ridiculous. But nonetheless, it is a very cool car. It's the first time Merkur has been in the game. You've probably never heard of the Merkur brand ever. Basically, it's just some brand that Mercury Lincoln formed to get this car into America. So yeah, apparently it didn't sell that well in America, which is a shame because these Sierras are very good cars, especially the RS500. Have that in race trim, and that will destroy Group A touring car racing in the late 80s and early 90s. Anyway, what's the time? 1:12.9, which puts it 5th on the leaderboard. The Diablo in between the Ford GT Forza Edition and the 2019 GT2 RS. Out of the Forza Editions, the Escalade was the quickest, then it was the 850, and then it was the Dodge Charger in between the Delta and the S3, and then the F100 Super Deluxe and Chevy Bel Air came in between the Audi S3 and Holden VL Commodore. And here is the Bel Air, as well as three of the quicker cars, the Merkur, the Diablo, and the 850 CSI. So if you like the video, smash the thumbs up button, leave a comment, let me know what you think. If you want to see more content, subscribe and tap the notification bell. I promise more Horizon 4 stuff is coming. Anyway, this is Jeff here and happy racing. Cheers.